Thank you very much, Vicar. I enjoyed writing it tremendously. I do hope the children like it.
Come along, darling, come on.
Would you like me to sign this for you?
Yes, please, sir.
May I ask your name?
Diana, sir.
Diana.
Will he know me? Walk right past me? What will he ask me? Will he pass me by when I meet him? Shall I greet him? Shall I rush to him or try to catch his eye? Shall I be proud and haughty or naughty as a little child, wild or very fearful, tearful or beguiled? Will he see me, turn away from me? What will he do and say when he and I meet later on today?
Lady Diana, will you kindly explain your performance in this morning's algebra test, and whatever will you do after you leave school?
I don't know, sir. I'm sure I don't know what I'll do with my life.
That is my distinct impression that your mind is not on mathematics.
Oh, I know what's on your mind, Diana.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It must be Rodney Habershaw. We must have someone in mind. Who is it?
It's no one.
Diana's looking for a knight on horseback to leap out of her book and sweep her off her feet, swearing everlasting devotion. Shall I be proud and haughty or naughty as a little child, wild or very fearful, tearful or beguiled? Will he see me, turn away from me? What will he do and say when he and I meet later on today? What will he do and say?
Are your Royal Highness?
Mr. Griffiths.
Did we have a good time, sir?
Yes, I did. Very good indeed. She's a fine craft. One of the best I've flown in. And I was very glad to find the time to clock up another flying hour.
Actually, an hour and 10 minutes, sir.
Do you know, even from high up in the air, I was sure I could see you, Mr. Griffiths, scribbling notes in that appointments book.
Really, sir?
Tell me, Mr. Griffiths, what's new?
The ribbon-cutting ceremony should be completed by 4:45. Then you'll be taken by helicopter back to the palace for a briefing, which should be completed by 5:30. Thursday's dinner will start at 8 o'clock.
Who am I escorting this time?
Her Royal Highness, Princess Marguerite. All arrangements have been made.
I see. Does she speak English?
She prefers not.
Je suis enchantée.
Votre pays, your country, c'est très charmant. It's very lovely.
Yes, yes, it is. Oui. And if the sun comes out tomorrow, you'll see it can be even lovelier. This is an absolute outrage. These newsmen have absolutely no scruples whatsoever.
Charles to marry Princess Marguerite. Official. Why, Charles, old boy, congratulations. Pretty fast work, I'd say.
Well, that's terribly funny, Andrew.
Charles, I do think you could have warned your own parents.
Charles scarcely had time to warn Marguerite.
Fine line-up at Ascot for today's race.
They have the gall to call it official. It's incredible. I only met the woman last night.
Is the princess very beautiful, Charles?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose so.
Do you realize we're witnessing history in this room? Why, it's the end of an era. The last days of the bachelor prince. There are going to be a lot of broken-hearted ladies in Britain. How will I find the time to console them all?
Well, I'm so glad you all find this amusing.
Oh, Charles, come on, keep your sense of humor.
Yes, I know. Listen to this, though. The formal engagement will be announced from Buckingham Palace on Monday. I mean, really, that's ludicrous. I must stop this habit of the press of announcing my engagement to women I have no intention of marrying.
You might see the press announces your engagement to a woman you do have an intention of marrying.
Uh-oh.
Come in.
Your Majesty, your revised itinerary, sir.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Griffiths. You keep your eye on the horses, Mother, and I'll keep my eye open for the right woman.
This should be such an exciting time for you. Your first job, your first flat of your own in London. Many new friends. That's my girl. I will try and get back to England in time to help you move into your new flat.
How long will you be gone for this time?
Oh, not long. A couple of months.
I see.
We have been frightfully busy in Australia. Oh, Diana, a divorce and a second marriage are difficult for everybody. Can't you simply meet your father's new wife halfway? Now, can't you do that for me?
I suppose I could. After all, I've been through it all before when you got remarried. I'm sorry, Mummy. I suppose I still don't understand after all these years.
No, you don't. You don't understand. Perhaps someday you will.
Delighted that you're home again. Missed you so much.
When you were a little girl, whenever there was something troubling you, I always knew where to find you.
It's my favorite place to think.
And what are you thinking about, my dear?
Oh, I don't know. Things. I hardly recognize things around here anymore. Your wife is turning this house into a museum.
Now, Diana, that's not true.
It is true.
Diana, I know that these changes that have happened since Rain has come to live with us are puzzling to you, but things do change in life. Part of growing up is learning to accept that. Diana, we would have lost this home that you love so much if it hadn't been for Rain.
What about me? I feel I don't belong here anymore. And now with school over, I don't know where I belong.
Johnny? Johnny? quite a battle. But I finally got the workman to do what I wanted. Wait till you see the downstairs room. We'll be so pleased.
Sure, will be my
Willow tree at the still point of the turning world.
Diana?
Find me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Your Royal Highness, may I present my sister, Diana. Diana, Prince Charles.
Lady Diana.
Your Royal Highness.
Oh. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you, sir.
Not at all.
We're going back to the house. Will you walk with us?
Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to walk a bit more. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you, Diana.
Thank you, sir.
I never stood foot out of my hometown. I just don't see the point.
dear living in this
Yes, I've seen a poster as married. Yes, that's right. Yes. Oh, excuse me, please, won't you? Mr. Griffiths.
The young lady you inquired about, sir, her name is Miss Samantha Edwards.
Ah, thank you. I should very much like to meet her. Could you arrange an introduction, Mr. Griffiths?
Oh, I suppose that could be done, yes, sir. After all, the young lady already knows who you are.
Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
I miss you so, Johnny. Rain this morning, Johnny. A sun shower. Wait till you see the garden, Johnny. It's lovely. You're going to have to help me decide what to do with the crabapple tree, though. I planted
Daddy?
it too close to the walk. Diana is here.
Shall I leave you alone?
No, please. Stay. He loves you so. He loves me too. Together we must believe that our love can call him back.
Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Oh,
She loves him, Sarah. I never thought that kind of love was possible.
I can't go in. I can't take much more of this. It's been 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Now even Rain is breaking down.
Do you want to come outside?
I don't understand. You don't understand. Look.
Daddy?
You're going to cut all that off. I think you're daft.
Oh, I hope you know what you're doing. I think you're making a mistake.
Well, it's a bit late now.
Name for Charles.
Come on, Charles!
Come on, Will!
Come on, Charles! Come on! Come on, Will!
Since you fell off your polo pony.
We'll win again tomorrow at crew racing, won't we,
Not if you drop your oar again.
Just you wait. You're going to be the next one. Go! Are you all right? Are you all right, Sam?
I've never seen a
Will, hey.
He loves me. I love him not. 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 He
cannot concentrate on his speech.
Your speech. We worked on that silly speech long enough. This was supposed to be our holiday, and you paid no attention to me all day.
That's not true.
It is.
I have my responsibilities.
Damn your responsibilities.
Samantha, you really should not speak to me that way.
And you really should not ignore me that way.
Samantha. When I desire something, Samantha, I usually don't have to chase after it.
Oh, really? I always thought you were a sportsman, that you enjoyed the hunt.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I just want you to think of me as another fox.
Samantha Edwards is a very beautiful young woman.
Yes, she is that. I find there are many beautiful women at court this season. How very good it is to see you up and about again, my dear Spencer.
Nothing could prevent me from accepting an invitation to spend an evening with Your Majesty.
As well as showing off his new grandson. May I hold him? Oh, such a beautiful child.
I remember when you fellas were that size.
I can't believe I was ever so small.
Well, you were. I held you myself.
Oh, delightful. Just like his grandfather. Perhaps you'd care to hold him, sir.
I'm not much good with babies, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's not hard once you get the knack of it.
You are a fine fellow, aren't you? Diana. Whatever are you doing out here?
I'm sorry, sir. It was such a lovely night, I couldn't resist coming outside.
It's quite a sensible thing to do, actually. It is a beautiful night.
I don't think I've ever seen so many stars.
I believe that's Orion.
Orion? I'm afraid I wasn't much good at science.
Oh, I don't think that matters much. Tell me, what was your best subject?
Tap dancing, actually.
Tap dancing? Well, that's marvelous. Will you teach me?
Well, I'm not that good. Well, it's really easy. Here, stand next to me, I'll show you. Okay. Step, brush, step, step. Step, brush, step, step.
Step, step.
Come on, try again.
Step, brush, step, step.
Step, brush, step, step.
Step,
Step, brush, step, step. Step, brush, step, step. Step, brush, step, step.
There. Got it. How's that? Oh. Do the turn again.
I'm so glad Earl Spencer is up and about again.
They're a fine family.
We should invite them back soon.
Yes. I would like to invite Diana again. Delighted to see you. Oh, good evening. So glad to see you. I'm so pleased to see you, Sir Anthony. The Queen has asked me especially to thank you for attending. Thank you.
And this is Lord Skeffington, whom we are delighted to see. His report from Vienna, the Queen thought most thought-provoking.
Lord Skeffington, delighted to see you. The Queen found your dispatch from Vienna quite thought-provoking indeed.
Dear me. Tell me everything you've been doing.
Delighted to see you. I do believe there was a study on that matter published some years ago. I'll try to obtain a copy for you, Mr. Reynolds.
1976. The report from the Fisheries and Agricultural Commission. I'll see if he gets a copy tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Griffiths.
Is it your intention to escort me to balls and then ignore me all evening?
Samantha.
If that is your intention, then quite frankly, I wish you wouldn't escort me at all.
Samantha, I'm sorry you're upset. Shall we go into another room?
I think that I shall go home. Thank you.
Would you excuse me, Lady Charlotte? Might I have a word with you?
Certainly, ma'am.
I would very much like my grandson to visit me in the country soon.
An excellent idea. It would seem to me that you'll have a great deal more time than we had originally scheduled.
And so had I thought, Mr. Griffiths. I think you've scared off all the fish with your chatter.
Forgive me, Grandmother.
Quite all right. Charles, I read the morning papers too, you realize. She's announced her engagement. Samantha Edwards.
Yes, she has. Rather suddenly.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Oh, you see, my boy, plenty of fish in the sea.
Thank you, Grandmother. Thank you for reminding me.
And this was one of Victoria and Albert's favorite places. Did you know that? Isn't it beautiful? Wish me luck.
Diana! How good of you to come.
Sir.
Please. Have you had a good journey?
I suppose it'll have to do.
His Royal Highness Prince Charles selected this room especially for you.
Ah, Lady Diana. I do hope you find your room comfortable.
Oh, yes, thank you. It's lovely.
Well, I did think it would suit you. You look well against a blue backdrop. The color rather favors you.
Thank you. I'm afraid you've made me blush.
Well, red favors you too. Diana, I've been meaning to ask you. Do you fish? Marvelously. I'm sure you'll catch something soon.
Actually, I'd be just as happy if I didn't.
Why? Don't you like fish?
Well, I adore them with chips. But I don't see any of those around.
I do hope this hasn't been all too awful for you. Getting up so early, trotting down here and... Right. Let's have a go, shall we? All line. You ready? Good.
I will get the hang of this, though.
Diana, there's not a soul around for miles. It would make me very happy if you called me Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Good day, gentlemen. Diana?
Oh.
Thank you, Diana. I appreciate what you just did. I am sorry.
No, don't be silly. I quite enjoyed that.
Yes, I can see that you did. It's just a game for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You're right. It is a game. It's a game I've been playing for 30 years. I want so very much to get to know you better, Diana. To spend more time with you. Would you like that?
Oh, yes, I would, Sir Charles?
But you must remember that if the papers get hold of our friendship, then we'd be on display. You could get to resent such a situation.
Well, then we'll just have to make sure that they never photograph us together. Anyway, there are enough rocks for me to hide behind in Britain. I hear them. Oh, look, they're coming. Come on. I'll answer it. It's for you. Open it, let's see. Roses, they're beautiful. Well, who are they from? Is there a note? Buckingham Palace. Thank you for such a delightful weekend. I shall cherish the memory of our time together until I see you again, Charles. Charles? Prince Charles? I'll answer it. Hello? Yes, she's here. Who's calling? Uh-huh. I see. Right now, she's inside talking to Napoleon Bonaparte. Diana, it's some lumen. You nit. It is. It is? It can't be. Oh, dear. It could be. She'll be with you in a moment. Hello? Yes? Oh, yes, they're beautiful.
Fine thing when a fellow pops around to take his girl home from school and she walks straight past him.
Fresh flowers, lovely to see. Rosebuds, carnations and daffs, 50p. Hey, Governor, how about some flowers for the little lady?
Oh, would you like some?
I'd love some of those.
I have a dozen of those, then, please.
A dozen irises.
you so much.
Here, that'll be £1.20.
Oh, yes, of course.
If you don't mind, Sam.
No, not at all.
Oh, honestly.
Oh, dear. Diana, I'm afraid I haven't got any money with me.
Here's a bloke with a bit of class. Takes this girl, buy flowers, makes her pay.
Now, don't be too hard on him, miss. Have a girl like you on a bloke's arm must make him feel like a prince. Hey, Governor.
Isn't it?
It is grand, you know. When I think of the people who've walked these hills, Robert Burns, King James, Mary Queen of Scots. It's a place where you really feel this island's great history.
Charles, you'll be a part of that history too.
Yes, I will. Diana, we've never spoken of this before. Being a part of this history, as you put it. Something that one feels. And something that I've felt every day of my life. But if one ever allowed it to... Well, if I ever allowed it to cut me off from the rest of humanity... Well, what I'm trying to say is that being the heir to the throne, it is a great honor and a privilege. But sometimes it can also be a
royal pain in the...
No. Now, don't you see? That's exactly what I was asking from you. To be yourself with me. To be able to laugh and talk freely.
Could I ask you a question? Is it true, dear? A shot of the princess lady's lovely flat.
Yes, hold it right there.
Yeah.
Phoebe! Very nice. Just one more question. You know the prince...
Come on, babies, let's go. We're going home now. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, hurry it up.
Hey, Lady Diana, when did you first meet the prince?
What do you think of Prince Charles, really?
Was it love at first sight? Lady Diana. Lady Diana.
Go away.
How does Charles feel about the fact that your parents are divorced?
Why do they call you Shy Di?
What about the 13-year age difference?
It's not your fault whom you're seeing. You are seeing him, aren't you?
Lady Di. A minute.
Do you think they'd go away if I gave them their photos?
Lady Diana.
I don't see why not. Shall I speak with them? Yes, thank you. But only photographs. I couldn't answer any questions.
Look this way.
What do you think of Prince Charles, really?
How do you feel about the 13-year age difference between you?
Does Charles object to the fact that your parents are divorced?
Has Buckingham Palace told you not to say anything?
No, that was my decision.
Pardon me, Lady Diana, would you mind moving a little over there? Please?
That's it. Just one step more. One little step more, please.
Like this?
Yeah, that's lovely! Lovely.
Lady, revealed at last.
Well, I think you look smashing. I'm going to go down in history as the girl who forgot to put on her petticoat. How could I have been so stupid? What will Charles say?
I'm delighted that Lady Diana has such spectacular legs. And I see no reason to feel compromised by that fact.
There's so many reporters, and they never give one a chance to answer.
All right, first lesson. Does every question deserve an answer? Let's try one, shall we? Lady Diana! Lady Diana!
Yes, the handsome one over there.
How serious is this between Prince Charles and yourself?
Well, I would say that we are terribly fond of each other.
No comment. No comment.
Diana, the words terribly fond translate into passionate love affair with these reporters.
Well, maybe I shouldn't answer any questions at all and just pose for photographs.
Well, that could be worse. Look, stand over there. Now look over your shoulder. Need I say more?
Ah!
You've got super legs, but isn't once enough? Right, now. Smile.
This is the first photograph of us together. It'll be ours. For only us to see. No newspaper's ever going to get their hands on it.
Charles? Do you think I'll be up to all this?
Of course you will.
Daily Globe reported that Prince Charles and Lady Diana spent 2 nights together aboard the royal train. The 2 lovebirds allegedly kept the door locked for the entire journey. Even the prince's closest advisors were ordered not to disturb the locomotive love affair. In other news, it was announced today that the prime ministers of the 9 members of the European Economic Community will hold...
It's a terrible lie. Of course it's a lie.
Among the...
But why do they say these things? Why?
Well, they might credit us with more style than to do such indecent things on a train.
Oh, no. Diana, dear, really, you mustn't worry. Anyone would take one look at you and see you're quite the innocent.
Let me tell you more about the island. Oh, Charles, you'd love it.
Oh, yes, Charles, you'd love it.
At sunset, the beaches are filled with natives who come from their homes and pray to the setting sun. It's absolutely enchanting.
Yes, it sounds enchanting, as you said.
Have I told you that in November I'm off to India?
Oh, Thomas adores the marble temples at Abu.
Yes, so does Paul.
Oh, yes, Charles. India. Marvelous old country. All the grace and beauty of those old temples.
But all those horrible, starving children.
How can children be horrible?
Well, my dear, you've never seen them.
No, I haven't. But if I did, I'm sure I would like them very much, although I might hate the circumstances in which I found them. Children are children the whole world round. They need to be loved and helped to grow.
Well, they're an entertaining bunch, aren't they? A bit difficult at first, but you'll find they can be quite warm once you get to know them.
I suppose so. How long have you known Gwendolyn?
Oh, ages.
Well, I mean, did you know her before she was married?
Oh, yes, yes, we're very close friends.
How close?
Diana, what do you want to know?
Oh, I don't know. It's just that you've known so many women. Charles, why didn't you come inside? You never have, you know. And you've never met my flatmates. They're so much fun, especially Phoebe.
Diana, I'm afraid that would not be appropriate. I am sorry.
man. Kate, I felt so out of place. His friends are all so sophisticated, and I'm a silly little twit.
You are not. You're a splendid girl.
Right, that's exactly what I am. A 19-year-old girl. Well, Charles is 32. He's a man, isn't he? And all his friends are adults. And they've been everywhere, done everything. And all I've done is teach a bunch of school children how to tie their shoelaces. Let the prince worry about that. It's lasted this long, hasn't it? Just be yourself. There's a lot about you to love. We all adore you, and we have wonderful taste.
Here we are, sir.
Ah, Mr. Griffiths. I should like to arrange some time with Lady Diana.
Yes.
How about, Tuesday?
Fine, I'm free on Tuesday.
Oh, excuse me, sir. But Tuesday you have a meeting with the Royal Anthropological Institute. It did run quite late last year, as I recall.
Oh, I see. How about the weekend?
The weekend would be fine.
Well, do forgive me, sir, but this weekend's rather dim also. You'll be attending the Peterborough Royal Foxhound Show on Saturday. A charitable dinner and speech for the Commonwealth Youth Exchange Committee that evening, and an all-day affair on behalf of King George's Fund for Sailors Sunday. That ran late also last year, if I recollect.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps I should start my own organization. The Society of the Friends of Diana Spencer. Then you'd have to find time for me. Charles, I do want to see you before you go to India.
Well, yes, absolutely. I want to make that my highest priority. Mr. Griffiths, how is the following weekend?
Following weekend. The British Deer Society, Elgar Foundation, Society of the Friends of St. George and the Descendants of the Knights of the Garter.
I'm vice president of that one.
And a very good one, too, if I may say so.
I am sorry. These things have been planned months in advance. Mr. Griffiths, we shall find the time. Let us reserve the following weekend.
Weekend of the 22nd. Ah, yes, sir. Yes. The Lady Diana Spencer.
We made an early start of it. Now we can have a whole day riding together. Come on. Tell me you can't ride.
Why didn't you ask if I could?
Well, it never occurred to me.
I'm terrified of horses.
You should have said something.
I thought it would be different this time. I haven't ridden in years.
Well, it was certainly very childish of you not to tell me.
Maybe that's what I am.
How long do you expect to be away?
Oh, several weeks. maybe longer.
I see.
The last few weeks have been a bit bumpy for us.
Yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I hope that when I get back from India, things might be a little easier.
Sir?
I'm from the floor. One question, please.
Will you please leave me alone?
Are you in love with Charles? Has he asked you to marry him yet? Will there be an engagement announcement soon? Please, Diana, just one question. What makes you think you're right for Charles?
I'm sorry, I can't comment. You chaps can live with the girl before you marry her. It's all right for you. I've got to get it right from the word go.
Oh, you sit right here, dearie. Don't you all have anything better to do than to bother this young girl?
You mustn't rush me.
Is the fact that Diana Spencer's parents are divorced an embarrassment to you, sir?
Pick that up, sir. One more.
I didn't believe a word they said about you and the prince on the train, dearie. You're a lovely girl, lovelier than your pictures. Never you mind. Everything's gonna be just fine.
Plans for your holidays, Diana?
No, I haven't. I seem to be spending a lot of time on my own lately.
Is that your choice?
No. I don't know. I just feel I don't fit in with my friends anymore.
And where do you imagine you do fit in, my child?
No, Father. I don't fit in there either.
You are sure of this?
I don't know. I'm so confused. There's nothing I'm really sure of. Except these last weeks with him in India. I felt like a part of me was missing. I really do love him.
Do you realize what you're saying? What this all might lead to?
Yes, I realize what I'm saying. I just wish I knew what he wanted of me. I just wish I knew what I wanted. That'll be my first wish for the new year. To find out what I want.
Can I tell you my wish for you, my dear? That you be the happiest girl in the world. You've always been very special to me, my dear. Perhaps you were meant to be just that. A special person.
Lady Di? Yes, where has she been all Can we expect an engagement announcement soon? Is it all over between you and Lady Di?
Gentlemen, please. You simply must find another topic to question me on. I do lead a rather full life, you know. Surely there must be something else.
Something else? What else is there?
As you may know, I'm just returning from India. I'd be more than willing to answer any questions about India.
Why didn't Lady Di go with you to India? Will you go back to India with Lady Di?
What did Lady Di do while you were in India?
What would Lady Diana have thought of India?
Oh, she would have liked the children. Yes, she would have liked the Indian children very much. But she might have hated the circumstances under which she found them. They need to be loved, to be helped to grow. I saw so much in India. Some of the things were fantastic and beautiful. And other things were truly horrible. But a day didn't go by that I didn't have something I wanted to share with you.
When I was here in England, seeing things I've seen all my life. But somehow they seemed so strange and foreign without you.
I've had so much time to think about us.
Oh, Charles, so have I.
I know we had a bit of a bad patch back there.
Oh, but it was all my fault.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, yes, it was.
Diana, the nature of my life, it makes me aware of so many sorrows, so much human suffering. Sometimes that makes me difficult. I know that. But I'll try. I'll try so very hard to keep that part of my life separate from us.
Don't keep any part of your life from me. I want to be able to share these things with you. I want to be able to know how to comfort you.
so very good to be home. Please drive on.
Hello?
I miss you terribly.
I miss you too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We saw him jump last year. Shocking seat.
Happy New Year. And cheer up, old chap. Diana will recover from the cold. History is filled with cases of beautiful ladies who've recovered from head colds.
Thanks, Andrew.
My lord.
Ah, Charles. You remember Lynn Osborne? Miss Osborne.
Sir.
You look quite different, Miss Osborne.
Well, yes, sir. I had my hair bobbed. Well, it's called the Lady Di.
You look lovely. Yes, quite lovely.
Real, it's incredible. I'm your host, Peter P. Pickleheimer. I'm here tonight with Mrs. Donna T. Warner, who claims she is a woman trapped inside the body of a gorilla. That's right. Right. Well, when did you first discover you had this problem?
This morning when I woke up in a tree covered with hair.
What was the first thing you did?
Let me shave.
How's Diana feeling, Charles?
Oh, somewhat better. I issued her a royal command to get well soon.
Good idea, my boy. Does she usually follow your directives?
Yes. Diana is a most loyal subject. One couldn't ask for more.
Well, then.
Ever since I can remember, I felt that I had to find the perfect girl. That that's what everybody was expecting from me. That no one else would do. Well, I have known quite a lot of lovely girls.
Yeah, so I've heard.
But none of them seemed perfect, did they? And in a way, that was quite a relief to me.
What's the matter, Charles?
Father, I do believe that Diana Spencer is the most marvelous girl.
I absolutely agree.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. It just seems such a lot to ask of someone, though, doesn't it?
It is true that you were born to a life of great responsibilities. Well, my dear boy, in choosing a wife, you're really no different from anybody else. And every man agonizes over the choice of the woman with whom he's thinking of spending the rest of his life. The factory worker, the shopkeeper, the farmer, you know. No matter how small or how grand that life might be. Charles.
These past few months, they've gone by so quickly. So very much has happened to us both.
It's true, so much has happened. But I feel I really know you.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel you know yourself as well? I mean, do you know what you want in your life?
Well, I've never been the sort of person to sit down and plot out my life on a chart. I've always relied on my feelings.
Yes. The feelings of a 19-year-old girl.
Charles.
Diana, I'm 32 years old. That's 13 years older than you.
You can add and subtract. What other great talents are you hiding from me?
Diana, sit down. I have a question to ask you.
I'm seated, Charles, sir.
I shall only ask this question once in my life. I want to do it properly. Diana, I find that I'm very much in love with you. I can no longer believe in my life if it did not include you. I want to share my life with you. Will you marry me?
Yes, Charles. I will.
Of course, it is the kind of question one might want to think over.
Yes, it is. And I have thought it over. I want to share my life with you, too.
Oh, Diana, going to marry the Prince of Wales?
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Yes.
Congratulations,
Yes,
Diana.
all the best.
All the best? How can you talk to me like that? Well, you can't expect us to
Treat you the same way anymore.
But why ever not?
Lord, girl, you're going to be the Queen of England. I can't stand it. I just can't
It is with the greatest of pleasure that the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh announce the betrothal of their beloved son, the Prince of Wales, to the Lady Diana Spencer, daughter of the Earl Spencer and the Honourable Mrs. Shand Kidd.
I wonder what the prince would have done if I'd said no.
During the time you're staying with me, we will have much to discuss. Let us begin. Always nod when you feel you've finished eating, to give everyone an opportunity to finish before you. You see, as a member of the royal family, it will be a grave sign of disrespect for anyone dining with you to continue eating after you've put down your fork.
So I must be careful never to put it down until everyone else has had a chance to finish.
No, Diana. Always remember to descend a staircase gracefully, effortlessly. You must be a vision, Diana, not just a sight. Please watch me. That's done, my dear. Try it again.
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, ma'am.
That's better. Yes. Much better. Yes, much better indeed. I really think you've got it. Charles! Diana!
Grandmother? Just thought I'd pop in, if you're not too busy for me.
Yes, we are, my boy.
Now, just promise me one thing. You won't let her change you too much.
I promise.
Now, ascending a staircase. The rule is that there are 4 subjects that must be avoided at all costs at table. Illness, servants, politics, and religion. I, of course, do not subscribe to this and feel free to talk about everything. But never laugh too long at the witticisms from the gentleman on the right. Oh, Lord Grisby, that's simply delightful. It's not true, but it's simply delightful. Or you may miss a fascinating bit of news from the gentleman on the left. No, really, she didn't. She did. She shouldn't.
Like I'm at a tennis match at Wimbledon.
The dress you choose for your first formal appearance will be remembered and talked about for years. You won't be needing any of those old things, Diana. Not with all your pretty new clothes. Now, Diana, that's the look for you.
Don't you think that this dress is just a little bit too matronly for me?
No, it's perfect. And it will look even more perfect with the proper hat. Remember, Diana, that just as the proper wine enhances the meal with which it is taken, the proper hat enhances the costume with which it is worn. When correctly chosen, any hat can be a crown.
No, I think I have something else in mind.
Wait till you get an eyeful of this.
Oh, yes.
May I kiss the hand of my future queen?
Yes, you may. You'll be living this down for the rest of your life.
Stop stealing the show.
The trooping of the color is already underway. Better hurry, Diana.
You make it sound so simple. To be queen is to wear the proper hat, or to use the proper fork, or to descend a staircase gracefully. But there's got to be something more to it than that. Something special, almost magical. What they expect of me.
They expect you to be their queen someday. They merely want to get to know you. Don't you understand? Diana.
It's all those crowds.
Don't lose heart, child.
Assailant fired 6 bullets at Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. possession of Her Majesty, nor on that of Prince Philip or Prince Charles. We repeat, an attempt has been made on the lives of Their Majesties Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip, and Prince Charles.
Charles! Charles! Are you all right?
Yes, Diana, I am all right. But...
So, I see everything is in order.
Are you ready, Lilibet?
Quite. Your Majesty, you can't. You can't go out to the balcony.
Diana, we see your concern for our safety. But you must understand that so long as we reign, we must separate our personal self from our position. As a woman, you or I might choose to stay behind in the safety of this room. But as the royal family, we have no choice but to go forward and to face our people. Because you see, my dear, we are the people. Do you understand, my dearest?
London town, clothed in morning beauty. London town, fairest of all cities, sweet and soft, till I in my summer.
Now, let's see. Something old, and something new, something borrowed, thank you, Mummy, and something blue.
All right. Charles?
Darling, you know, every mother spends some sleepless nights worrying that she hasn't done enough for her child. I've certainly had my share of those thoughts. But when I see you here, and when I think of the destiny that awaits you, I feel I must have done something very, very right. This is something that was yours as a child.
What is it?
Look at the inscription.
To the little Lady Diana, good luck and have a jolly good future. And it's signed, Charles.
Prince of Wales. And the good Lord has allowed me to live to see this day. And I jolly well intend to walk it down the aisle.
I, Charles Philip Arthur George.
I, Charles Philip Arthur George.
Take thee, Diana Frances.
Take thee, Diana Frances.
To my wedded wife.
To my wedded wife.
I, Diana Frances.
I, Diana Frances.
Take thee, Charles Philip Arthur George.
Take thee, Philip Charles Arthur George.
To be my wedded husband.
To be my wedded husband.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish till death do us part.
To love and to cherish to death do us part.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Here is the stuff of which fairy tales are made. The prince and princess on their wedding day. Couples are royal couples on their wedding days. All of us are given the power to make the future more in God's image and to be kings and queens of love. For Charles and Diana, may they know today that they were not just surrounded by mere spectators, but by the sincere affection and active prayer of millions of friends.
You've done well, you two. Now come, my children. Come greet all Britain. Can't you hear it?